Hello, Year 5, and hopefully today I'm going to show you how to make your own geometry dash game. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to, let's just make sure we're not muted or anything, because I started a recording before and I'm muted. We are going to present, I'm going to present an iPad screen to you. And hopefully you can see that now. Okay, there's your normal iPad screen. And what you're going to do is find your Hopscotch app, open it up, and down the bottom right there, here, click on Create. Okay, now what we're going to do is the first thing, most important, is we're going to make that little square that sort of jumps up and down. Yeah, so we need to click on let's just hide that. We're going to click on the Add button, and like we did last time, go to the little emoji button there, and we're going to find, so you click on down here, you've got this little smiley face. Just see it there? Yeah, that one there. We're going to click on that, and then what we're going to do is we're going to find the square. Now I found this by down the bottom there. You've got these sort of buttons that looks like a little T and a music symbol. Click on that. You go across, and you should find, there you go, all these squares. So you find your square and click tick. All right. Remember to stop this, pause this video as you're doing it, as you're going through. Okay, it will help. Now we're going to add some code. The first bit of code that we need to add is that when we start the game, we want that square to be bigger. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the when game starts, and we want to go to looks and sounds down the bottom, and we want to set the size to 200. Click done. And what that will do is when the game starts, it will make that block go big. So I should be able to go in the background now, and if I click play, there you go, it gets bigger. Click up there, go back on your little box, click on the background there. So you click on this creamy background, and you just put this over there out of the way. Now, what we want to do is we want to be able to make our block jump up and down and like spin as it does it. So in order to do that, we're going to add, click on the plus for the code button, and we're going to this time go down the bottom there, and it says when it's tapped. Click on the when is tapped button, and it'll bring up when my iPad is tapped, because we want it to tap the iPad screen to make it jump up and down. So we're going to put when my iPad is tapped. We want to the Y axis up and down. We want to change Y by 150 to go up, and then change Y by minus 150 to go back down again. So I'm going to click down the bottom on movement, and we are going to go and click on change Y by 150. Done. And then we're going to change Y again by minus 150. Done. And let's just click play and see if that works. So if I should now be able to click my screen, yeah, see, and it jumps up and down. Brilliant. So click on your edit button again. Now what we want it to do is we want it to flip when it goes up in the air. So we're going to do another one. We're going to click back on, if you click on the white bottom part down here, and it should enable us to allow some more code in. And if we click on when it's tapped again, it brings in down there where my iPad is tapped. We want it to this time turn. So you click on the turn button, and we want it to turn minus 180. That's weird, but you put minus 180 and it makes it flip 180 degrees forward. I don't mind, it shouldn't just be 180, but you put minus 180 in, and that seems to work like that. And if I click done, and let's just test and see how that works at the moment. So if I click it now, let's just see, there you go. And you've got the basics. Now this is like your bronze at the moment. If you've got to this point, well done, okay? We're going to keep moving forward. Don't stress too much. If it's getting a bit tricky, it will do. It will get trickier. But if you've got this far, impressed, okay? Because it's hard enough as it is. So now we've got our little square moving up and down. Now what we want to do is we want to have a background in there. Now this is going to get hard, adding the background. What we first need to do is you can't just add a background in here. You need to get one of these like emojis or a little character to make a background. So first of all, we're going to click on add, and we're just going to add any character. It doesn't matter because you're not going to see it anyway. I've got all these Christmas ones in. Let's have the cupcake. All right. Now you've got your cupcake up there. And what I need to do with this cupcake is I'm going to need to add some code to it. And the first thing I want to do is when the play button is tapped. Okay, so in what we wanted, when the game starts, what we want to happen is want it to disappear. Because what's going to happen is we're going to make that cupcake, leave a big trail behind it, and make us a background with like a ground and like a sky. So first thing we need to do is we need to get it to set the invisibility. And we want to set the invisibility, remember from last week, to 100. By setting it to 100, it'll disappear so we can't see this cupcake flying around. Some of you might want to leave it on. It might look quite nice, but I'd recommend to get rid of it. Now, the next thing that we want to do is we want to leave a trail. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to click on drawing down the bottom. And by going to drawing, there should be one that says draw a trail. So if you click on draw a trail and the color you want, so we want let's say we want our ground to be green for grass. And we want to leave a big thick trail behind. So we're going to put 3000 in. Okay. And we just want it to move forward by 1. Okay. And then we get it to end. Then what we want to do is we want to set, okay, the position so that what happens is it stays in a certain place when it starts the actual background, so that the little thing, the cupcakes, goes in a certain place and starts it. So what we need to do next is we're going to click up here. You see you've got this end thing and it's all around here when the game starts, and we've got all this thing set up here. In here, we're just going to click and add a bit of new code under end here. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on, I think it's going to be these variables, and we're going to set the position. Let's just try this one. Oh, maybe we'll get rid of that one. Get rid of that, sorry. Let's get rid of that for now. Let's try this one again. Oh, let's go to movement. Let's see if we can get the position. There we go. So there's one that says set position down the bottom, the wrong one. So if you set your position here to 0 and then 150, your cupcake will be in a certain place ready to go. And then once it gets to that place, we're going to get it to leave another trail behind it. And this trail is going to be the sky. So we're going to put in draw another trail color. So if we click on the right there, just click on this little white sort of area here. And then what we're going to do now is we are going to leave another trail. So we click on our drawing icon. We're going to draw a trail again. This time we're going to leave a blue background, and we're going to leave it a width of 300. Okay, not as big as the ground. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get it to move forward at 1050, quite quick. Make sure it's all finished off really quick. Oh, hang on. I'll say we'll move forward at 1000, and we're going to move forward here at 1000 as well. Actually, going to click done, and let's just see if we managed to get this to work. Okay, so let's click play. There we go. So what happens is it creates that background ready for us to start, and you see your square there. Let's click on edit again, and let's just make sure your little square is in the right place ready to begin. So if I click on play again, there we go. Now we've got it all ready. You've got your game up and running. You've got your square ready to start, and then we're going to add some triangles flying along now. Okay, so I'm going to click back on edit, and the next thing we are going to do is we are going to make it so the triangle, when it's tapped, we want it to turn 180 degrees. Let's just see. Oh, hang on. No, we don't. We need to add the triangle in first. Just forget everything what I said there. So we're going to click on add. We're going to go over to the end again, and we're going to add in an emoji. Now on this one, what we're going to do is we're going to add in a triangle. let's go with a red triangle. Click on tick. Now, once again, we need to add the code. We need to make it a certain size, don't we? So we're going to click on add. And when the get rid of that. Sorry, get rid of that when iPad's tapped. What we need to do is when the game starts, and we want to set the size. So go to looks and sounds, and we want to set the size to 200, and click done. Let's just check that works. So click on play. Yeah, it makes it bigger. And let's just move as well. Let's just move. Oh, come out of that. Apologies. Let's move our triangle just about in the same parallel to the square, so they'll both be on the sort of grass line. Okay, so we've got that